What's up, everybody? Ashbell from Moonlily Games here with a Oracle Think Tank deck profile for standard format. Starting with the grade 3s. This will be a Scarlet Witch Coco build. If Scarlet Witch Coco is your first grade 3 you ride upon from grade 2, you will draw a card, and then her other skill allows you to draw 2 cards and then replace which cards in your hand for protect markers. And the protect markers will come in handy for when you play Zuzu. Zuzu is your deer equivalent in this deck. These are the only grade 3s I personally run in the deck. If you want to run a little more pressure, you could run Imperial Daughter, or you can run the Oracle Guardian. For grade 2s, technically the most important grade 2 you want to ride first is Topaz Witch. She lets you draw a card if you ride into Coco. So technically when you ride Coco you'll be drawing 2 cards. And then she also, if you have 4 more cards in hand, she becomes a 10k base swinging. My personal favorite would be the Battle Sister Tort. When you have 20 or more cards in your hand, she gets 10k and a crit. In this deck, between Coco, Topaz, and potentially Circle Magus or any of the searchers, having 10 cards in hand isn't really that much of a problem unless you're playing against I would say Great Nature. Great Nature's probably been the only really big issue at the moment for this deck. The other grade 2s I run would be the Battle Sister grade 3 Searcher. She lets you look at the top 5 for a grade 3, then put the rest at the bottom, and gains +5. So mostly all the grade 2s in this lineup swing for higher than their base number, at least for a turn. And our last grade 2 right now at the moment is Promise Daughter. She is mostly for keeping pressure so she can't get board removed, and just for the fact that she can swing 14. So potentially with Zuzu, everything swings for at least 10k more. For grade 1s, I run 4 Tetramagus for the pressure of having crits. I run 3 Circle Magus just for the potential chance to draw an additional card. I run 4 Sprout Witch since she is the other grade 1 ride you want to go into. When you ride in the grade 3, you'll pop her out of the soul like she was Lulu from the premium format. And then we run 2 of the grade 1, grade 3 Searcher. She does the same thing as their grade 2 counterpart, except she gains 2k instead of 5k. So she'll be a 10k booster or a swinger. And then finally, trigger lineup's pretty standard: 4 heal, 4 sentinel, 7 crits, and then 1 extra draw for this hope of staying at 10 cards in hand, but as well as making sure I don't have to always drop my protect markers for the sake of being rushed. If I play against Narukami or Great Nature, you're probably gonna have to drop your protect markers anyway, but mostly against other protect decks and force decks, the extra draw comes in handy quite often, for me at least. And for with that, that is the Scarlet Witch Coco build that I am currently running. I have played other builds like the Imperial Daughter, CEO, Deer build. I've been playing that since day one. Uh, I'm just got really tired of that build, personally. Especially when, like, if you don't see deer fast enough, the deck just kind of feels like it's not doing enough. I tried Magus for like a day. My opinion on Magus is the same as Magus when it came out in Premium. And then with Coco, I just feel like I get to play the game aggressively while still having a defensive hand and forcing my opponent to at least be more conservative than I have to be. And with that, that's my Scarlet Witch Coco build. See you around.